Good morning everyone. Welcome to the English class. Do you like birds? Does anyone of you have a bird as a pet? You see the picture here? This is the picture of the Indian ring-necked parakeet or the rose-winged parakeet. So this bird is not a shy bird and can be quite talkative when it learns to talk. But today we are going to learn about the story of a parakeet who wouldn't talk. We are going to learn the story, The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk by Ruskin Bond. The author, Ruskin Bond, is an Indian author of British descent. And he is one of the iconic writers of children's books. And he wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, at just the age of 17. Let's read the story. All of you please take your English reader and turn to page number 84. You see there is a warm-up session. Look at the pictures, work with your elbow partner, say 2 sentences about each bird. Do you identify the birds given there? You can see an ostrich, a penguin, a swan and a woodpecker. Whatever you know about these birds, you can talk about them or explain about them to your parents as a warm-up session. Now let's get back to the story. You are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. With these words, Aunt Ruby would taunt the unfortunate parakeet who glared morosely at everyone from his ornamental cage at one end of the long veranda of Granny's bungalow in North India. So the story is about a parakeet, and it seems that there is this lady, Aunt Ruby, who would always taunt this poor parakeet by saying nasty comments such as can't talk, can't sing, can't dance, you're no beauty. And where this story is happening? The story is happening at the Granny's bungalow, and that was in North India. See the story. In those distant days, almost everyone, Indian or European, kept a pet parrot or parakeet or lovebird, as some of the smaller ones were called. Sometimes these birds became great talkers, or rather mimics, and would learn to recite entire mantras, which are religious chants, or admonitions to the children of the house, such as Pado, Beta, Pado, which means study, child, study, or for the benefit of boys like me, don't be greedy, don't be greedy. A parakeet is a smaller type of parrot with longer tails. And for centuries, people have been keeping parrots and parakeets as pets. And they remain as a favorite companion for many. This parakeet is a temperamental bird who needs a lot of attention and patience to remain tamed. But it will charm and delight the person who takes the time to appreciate its other qualities, such as a playful exuberance and a remarkable ability to talk. So this happens over time. So once they learn to talk, they'll recite the entire mantras, they'll talk to the children and the other people in the house. These expressions were, of course, picked by the parrot over a period of time. After many repetitions by some member of the household who had taken on the task of teaching the bird to talk. It's hard to tame these birds, but once they learn to talk, it would be so much fun. But our parrot refused to talk. He had been bought by Aunt Ruby from a bird catcher who had visited all the houses on our road, selling caged birds ranging from colorful budgerigars to chirpy little munias and even common sparrows that had been dabbed with paint and passed off as some exotic species. Neither Granny nor grandfather were keen on keeping caged birds as pets, but Aunt Ruby threatened to throw a tantrum if she did not get her way. And Aunt Ruby's tantrums were dreadful to behold. So the author is telling the story of how these parakeets got to their home. It seems that Aunt Ruby, his Aunt Ruby, had bought this parakeet from a bird catcher who used to visit the neighborhood. And he used to sell beautiful birds like budgerigars. You can see the picture of a budgerigar here. A budgerigar is native to Australia and it's also called a budgie. And the bird catcher would sell budgerigars, munias, It's also called spice fish. You can see ammonia here. And he also used to sell the common house sparrows like this after painting them with beautiful colors, and he used to sell them as some exotic bird species. Exotic means rare. So Aunt Ruby had bought this parakeet from this bird catcher. Now, let's see the rest of the story. Now it seems that Aunt Ruby so badly wanted to have a talking parrot. So she had put up a fight with the grandparents, with the author's grandparents, because they refused to have birds caged in their house. They did not like to keep these poor birds within cages. But Aunt Ruby had thrown a tantrum. Throw a tantrum means to get very angry. It seems that she had thrown a tantrum. She was adamant that she needs this talking parrot. So that's how this parrot or parakeet came to their house. Let's see the rest of the story. Anyway, she insisted on keeping the parrot and teaching it to talk. But the bird took an instant dislike to my aunt and resisted all her blandishments. Aunt Ruby insisted on buying this talking parakeet. It was not talking when she bought the bird. She thought she could teach it to talk. But it seems that the bird did not like the aunt. When the bird saw this lady, the instant the bird felt a dislike towards this lady. And the bird was resistant to all her blandishments. Blandishments means false praises. Some people use false praises to others to get things done. So this lady tried to praise this parakeet falsely in order to get the parakeet talking. Kiss, kiss, Aunt Ruby would coo, putting her face close to the bars of the cage. But the parrot would back away, its beady little eyes getting even smaller with anger at the prospect of being kissed by Aunt Ruby. So what happens? This lady, Aunt Ruby, used to go near the parrot's cage and she would coo. Coo means to talk fondly. She would talk fondly to this bird, saying kiss, kiss, but the parrot could not even think about getting kissed by this lady. This bird hated this lady so much. And on one occasion, it lunged forward without warning and knocked my aunt's spectacles off her nose. And what happened one day? So one day, Aunt Ruby was trying to pamper this parakeet. She was standing with her face very close to the cage, and what happened next? The bird suddenly lunged forward, which means it moved suddenly forward with a force as if to attack her. And what happened? Aunt Ruby's spectacles fell off her nose. After that, Aunt Ruby gave up her endearments and became quite hostile towards the poor bird, making faces at it and calling out, "Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance," and other nasty comments. So after this incident, this lady, Aunt Ruby, stopped all her endearments towards the bird. Endearments mean loving words. So she stopped saying all these loving words to the bird and she started becoming very hostile towards it. Hostile means unfriendly. And she would also say nasty comments to this bird, to this poor bird. She would say, "You are no beauty, you can't talk, you can't sing, you can't dance," and so on. And this bird hated this lady so much. It fell upon me, then 10 years old, to feed the parrot. And it seemed quite happy to receive green chilies and ripe tomatoes from my hands, these delicacies being supplemented by slices of mango, for it was then the mango season. So one day, the author, he was only 10 years then, he felt he should feed the parrot. And what did he feed the parrot? He gave green chilies and tomatoes to this bird. And it was mango season then, so he also gave mango slices to this bird. This also gave me an opportunity to consume a couple of mangoes while feeding the parrot. So since it was mango season and he used to give the slices of mangoes to the bird, it also gave him a chance to enjoy a few mangoes. Now, one afternoon, while everyone was indoors enjoying a siesta, I gave the parrot its lunch and then deliberately left the cage door open. So what happened? So one day, everyone were taking a siesta. A siesta means an afternoon nap. Everyone was in an afternoon nap. And what did the boy do? The boy deliberately left the cage door, the bird's cage door open. So purposely he did this, and what happened next? Seconds later, the bird was winging its way to the freedom of the mango orchard. At the same time, grandfather came to the veranda and remarked, "I see your aunt's parrot has escaped." So what happened? The boy deliberately left the cage door open and the bird flew away from the cage. And the bird went to the mango orchard and then sat there. The grandfather saw this, that the bird was flying away, and he told the boy that he understands that his aunt's bird has escaped. And what did the boy reply? "The door was quite loose," I said with a shrug. "Well, I don't suppose we'll see it again." So he said that the cage door was quite loose, and that's how the bird escaped. He did not tell his grandfather that he deliberately left the cage door open. The boy really wanted the bird to be free. The boy wanted the bird to be happy. Aunt Ruby was upset at first and threatened to buy another bird. We put her off by promising to buy her a bowl of goldfish. So Aunt Ruby was so upset. She was so angry at first, and she threatened. She even threw tantrums to buy another bird. But everyone put her off. Everyone calmed her down by saying that they'll get her a bowl of goldfish as a pet. But what did she say? "But goldfish don't talk," she protested. She said that goldfish don't talk, and she wanted a talking parrot instead. "Well, neither did your bird," said grandfather. So grandfather reminded her that neither did her bird talk. The parrot was also not talking. "So we'll get you a gramophone. You can listen to Clara Cluck all day. They say she sings like a nightingale." So have you heard of Clara Cluck? See, this is Clara Cluck. This is a character created by the Walt Disney Company. This character was introduced as an old friend of Mickey Mouse, and she was passionate. This Clara Cluck was a character who was passionate about opera music, and she loved to sing and dance. So that's what the grandfather is mentioning here. You can listen to Clara Cluck all day. They say she sings like a nightingale. I thought we'd never see the parrot again, but it probably missed its green chilies, because a few days later, I found the bird sitting on the veranda railing, looking expectantly at me with its head cocked to one side. Unselfishly, I gave the parrot half of my mango. So the boy thought he'll never see the parrot again. But what happened? After a few days, the parrot returned to him. He saw this parrot sitting on the veranda railing, and he was looking at this. The bird was looking at this boy. And it seems that the bird was expecting treats from this boy. The boy used to give green chilies, tomatoes and mangoes to this bird. It seemed that the bird was expecting these delicacies from this boy. Unselfishly, I gave the parrot half of my mango. So this boy gave half of the mango that he was eating. While the bird was enjoying the mango, Aunt Ruby emerged from her room and with a cry of surprise called out, "Look, it's my parrot. It has come back. He must have missed me." So what did she say? Aunt Ruby came from her room and she saw this bird, and with a cry of surprise, she was so surprised to see this bird, and she called out, "Look, it's my parrot. It has come back. He must have missed me." So she said that the parrot must have missed her, and that's why the parrot has come back to her. With a loud squawk, the parrot flew out of her reach and, perching on the nearest rose bush, glared at her and shrieked in my aunt's familiar tone, "You are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance." So what happened? When the bird saw this lady, Aunt Ruby, he immediately flew away from her reach. And the bird perched on the nearest rose bush and glared and shrieked at this lady. And what did the bird say then? The aunt used to say nasty comments to this bird. So this bird said the same nasty comments to this lady back. The bird said, "You are no beauty, you can't talk, you can't dance, you can't sing." And what happened? Aunt Ruby went ruby red and dashed indoors. So Aunt Ruby got so angry that her face was red. She was shivering with anger and she went back indoors. She went inside her room. But that wasn't the end of the affair. The parrot became a frequent visitor to the garden and veranda, and whenever it saw Aunt Ruby, it would call out, "You're no beauty, you're no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance." The parrot had learned to talk after all. So this Aunt Ruby was always taunting this parrot, saying that he can't talk. But what happened? The bird hated her, and the boy helped this bird escape from that cage, and this bird kept coming back to the boy for his company and the treats he was giving the bird. But still the parrot hated the lady, and whenever he saw this Aunt Ruby, the parrot would talk. The parrot would say the same nasty comments this lady would tell the bird. And it seems that the parrot who wouldn't talk has learned to talk after all. So children, I hope you enjoyed this story. I suggest you read the story again and again. Let's have a look at the new words we learned in this story. The first one, taunt. Taunt means to make fun of. You can note down the new words, their meanings, and an example sentence in your notebook. Here is a sentence using the word which uses the word taunt. Before the match, the wrestlers taunted each other, which means before the match, the wrestlers made fun of each other. Now the next word is morosely. Morosely means sadly. The dog stared morosely at the front door while waiting for its owner to return, which means the dog stared sadly at the front door while waiting for its owner to return. You can find out more sentences using this word from the dictionary. Now, see the next word, ornamental. Ornamental means decorative. Some people grow cactus as an ornamental plant. The next word is admonitions. Admonitions means warning. Cynthia's admonition to be careful echoed in his ears, which means Cynthia's warning to be careful echoed in his ears. Now, the next one, exotic. Exotic means rare. The room was large and fragrant with exotic incenses. Now, the next one is throw a tantrum. It means be angry. I have a cat who throws tantrums whenever he is locked out of the bedroom. Now, let's see the next word, blandishment. Blandishment means false praise. He gave us the travel brochure which is full of blandishment. Now, endearments. Endearments mean loving words. Because my father was upset, my mother tried to calm him with endearments, with loving words. Now the next one, hostile. Hostile means unfriendly. The hostile dog growled at me. Siesta. Siesta means an afternoon nap. An example sentence is, lots of people were taking a short siesta in the shade. Now, squawk. Squawk means a loud noise. The hen gave a squawk when it saw the cat. So I hope you are clear with the new words that we learned today. Now, as a homework, children, I suggest you can find other books written by the same author, Ruskin Bond. Let me suggest a few books. The Blue Umbrella, Great Stories for Children, The Whistling Schoolboy, Rusty the Boy from the Hills. All these are books written by Ruskin Bond. He has been writing for children for more than 50 years now. So he has got a good collection. I suggest you grab any of the other books written by the author and you read the story. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, bye.